I looked tired, more tired than normal, and I thought it'd be a perfect opportunity to try 2 new products that I don't think they're necessarily like new, but they're new to me. It's a brand called Westmore Beauty, and they have a number of their products seem to be like the get rich quick of beauty. Now, one of them is this 60-second lash effects. It's a mascara, really skinny tube, really skinny wand. I actually thought the wand was going to be metal based on the way it looked online. And this is supposed to be a mascara that like lengthens and curls your eyelashes without you needing to curl them. Now, curling my eyelashes is like the one thing I'm going to do, even if I don't put makeup on. If I was going to do anything, it would be curl my eyelashes. So I would be intrigued by a product that can offer that. Well, we'll see. The other one is a 60-second of eye effects tinted firming gel. Now this comes in a variety of colors, and it's not supposed to be a concealer so much as like a cosmetic temporary under eye bag tightener. In the ingredient list, there is a resin, and I'm pretty sure that's the secret ingredient that when it dries gives you this like, oh, I just had an eye lift kind of look. Now I've seen videos on it, the promotions on their website make it look like it's a pretty serious product. So step 1, there are very specific instructions with this. Okay, so shake well, dispense pea-sized amount, dot product onto target area, gently swipe 1 to 2 times, lightly tap. Okay, so it's a swipe, tap, tap movement. But be careful. Do not over tap. That is in the instructions. No over tapping. Okay, so this is, and then you keep your face still. No laughing, no smirking, no judgment, just static. Pretend you're dead for 60 seconds while it dries, and you will feel it tighten as it's drying, which means it's working. Tips and tricks. Start small, less is more. While the product is drying, you can fan. When the product is drying, be careful to not create facial expressions that could disturb the firming matrix. Oh my God, you guys. All right, so this is just like a wet wipe. I had a little bit of under eye concealer on earlier. Just make sure we get all of that off. I mean, it might have been a little more than a little. While that dries, let's get into this mascara. No special instructions with this one. We're just gonna go in and see what happens. With the brush being this thin, it's very easy to get to the actual base of the lash. You know, sometimes when brushes are like mega jumbo, when you go in to like really get it at the root, you just end up getting mascara everywhere. As I'm doing this, what I'm liking is the definition, the separation, which is always going to be the case when you're using a brush this fine. What I'm not seeing a whole lot of is like volume. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily giving me a whole lot of oomph, but it is coating like lash to tip. It's giving me a little separation. Let's just see what happens. Okay, I would call that 3 coats. It's definitely starting to stick and clump up a little bit on itself. Yeah, I would say 3 is like the maximum that you're gonna be able to do on this without it really starting to clump. Which, show me a mascara that you can do more than 3 coats, or that you would even want to do more than 3 coats on, that isn't going to be clumpy. So turns out it's tubing mascara. Did not realize that when I bought it. Or maybe I did and I just forgot. I bought a few mascaras lately. Like I said, I'm tired. Forgetting things. So it is a tubing mascara. So this is one that you're going to want to apply all in one go. You're not going to want to let it dry and then apply a second or a third. If you want to get more volume, more oomph, you need to do it in all one go when you first apply it. I don't know if I would say it's like inherently curling on its own. Like, I think it's a lightweight tubing mascara. What I am noticing, in addition to being like able to get a little more definition, it's a little more natural look than some of the other tubing mascaras. I suspect because this one feels a little more lightweight that you're not gonna lose that curl as quickly. But again, I'm not getting as much volume and I'm getting definition. I'm just not getting like big volume. I think this is probably a really good option for people who want to get into tubing mascaras who like a more natural look. This is going to be your go-to. I mean, that one coat, like, we'll just do one coat on this side so you can see. It's really easy to get coverage and not have it be too clumpy. Ironically, this one was a little more clumpier. It's like there was more on the brush when it came out this time. Ugh, I don't love it. I don't love that. It just came out a little bit clumpier. So, you know, word to the wise, maybe you need to wipe the brush off if you want to go for a more natural look, because you can see like here, it got a little bit clumpier. And I normally would take my Tweezerman eyelash comb and brush through that, just because I just really don't like it when the lashes stick together. I want that fine pin combed. In fact, I'm gonna go do it now before it dries. Yeah, I brushed through it. If you don't have the Tweezerman eyelash comb and you're a mascara lover, I don't know what you're doing with your life, because that thing, not only, I've bought 2 of them over probably 20 years. I mean, they last, they're reusable, they're sturdy, and they just work. I love them. Yeah, so that's like one coat-ish, but more came out this time. And when I combed through it, like, it got a little more natural looking. That's okay. Now let's try this 60-second eye effect. I am a little bit nervous with the severity of these instructions. Well, it says shake well. I mean, I think I shook it well, but like, it's invisible in a tube. I can't see how well mixed it is. Is there really nowhere on their packaging to tell you what color this is? How bizarre. And the tube doesn't say what color it is either. The reason I wanted to say it, because you can see this is like pretty dark for, I think this is supposed to be light. Like, this is darker than what I would put on my face as a concealer, let alone under my eye. So if you're fair, I hate that color. This is blotchy. And it's dark. It's too dark for under my eyes. I mean, I can feel it drying and I can feel it tightening. And as this side dried, like, it's smooth, you can see, but the color, I can notice through here, it's pretty blotchy with the coverage. And because, I wonder how makeup goes on top of this. It dried to a mega matte finish, so there is a real line of demarcation here between the rest of my makeup, which is pretty dewy today, and this under eye product. Which means if you were just putting this on a bare face, the shine of your natural skin is going, you are going to see a line from where you put this product to the shine of your natural skin. So in that case, which isn't a big deal, but it's noticeable, and it just doesn't look great. Like, no, it doesn't make sense. So then, I mean, it's so matte that this tells me that this product really needs to be used in conjunction with a full face of makeup. This is my first time putting this on. It tingles a little bit, like burny. Yeah, there's alcohol in this, so that's why it doesn't feel great. I suspect this is going to be very long wearing. And as it dries, once it's dry, I think this is going to be on all day. And so your makeup might get oily, it might break down, your skin might naturally get oily, and then you're still going to have this spot under your eyes where it's like hyper matte. It just, that tells me this is, if you're a full face of makeup kind of person every day, you could wear this every day. This feels more like event makeup. It feels like when you're going to be photographed. It doesn't feel great. Not for me. I don't see a lot of good coming out of that. But I may not be their target demographic. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold on to this, and we are going to try it in a couple weeks when I see my mother. And we're going to see what happens on 70-year-old skin, if this becomes worth it. She's also got a little darker complexion than me.
Does this hurt?
No.
I'm about to find out. I guess so.
Look up.
You need better lighting?
I'm not good with stuff near my eyes.
Well, where did you think it was gonna go?
I don't know.
You can close your eye. Just look up. Don't squint your eyes.
Oh.
Move your hand.
Look up. There you go.
This isn't a pucker, is it? It's like truck liner?
I don't know what that is.
You're not supposed to move your hand.
Okay. Now look back down. Yeah, I don't think it did a thing. Okay, just to wrap up the video with Westmore Beauty. So we did the experiment on some legit eye bags. Somebody who's never done really skincare, Botox, filler, like 100% raw aged skin, and nothing happened. Like there was no dramatic lifting, there was no tightening, there was nothing. If anything, it made his skin uncomfortable too, the same way it kind of felt on mine. And it leaves me kind of sad and disappointed. The Westmore name is one of the oldest names in makeup and skincare in the 20th century. They were legends, and certainly legends in the Hollywood and LA world. And their brand doesn't continue that legacy. As it pertains to these two specific items, the 60-second effects for the eyelashes, which is just a tubing mascara with a very thin wand, and this 60-second eye product, which I don't think did anything. Now, I'm sure there are some people who say this works for them. Like, if you've repurchased this because you've used it up because it's so great, please make a comment. Tell me how you did it. I'm going to hold on to it. It's just not something that I think works. So that is my take on Westmore. Boop.